Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to turn now to Senator Serval to tell you the reason why we cannot take up 6003.
Madam Chair, I have a couple questions for staff. I don't know who's best to answer this, whether it's Tyler or Mike Tweedy or where's Tweedy? Is he? Oh, there he is over there. Mike, under the Constitution, there was a case called Gilmore v. Snidel, which is a case in the Supreme Court of Virginia in 1996, which I think talks about Article 4, Section 12. That section says that whenever we pass a law, we have to restate the entire budget item in the law before it can be a proper law. Is that right?
Madam Chair, Senator, yes, the Constitution requires that any section amended be published at length. And the difference between a normal code section versus the Appropriation Act is that the Appropriation Act doesn't have sections, it has items.
Right. Madam Chair, for the question. Thank you. And so on, I think it's page 399 of the case, the Supreme Court of Virginia specifically looked at how that constitutional provision applies to a budget, and it found that when you delete an item and you add new language or delete language from an item, you have to restate the entire item in the law. Is that right?
Madam Chair, Senator Serval, that is my understanding, yes.
Okay. And further question, Madam Chair.
Senator Serval.
So the bill that passed out of the House of Delegates, and I believe it's also similar to Senator Reeves' bill, which purports to amend the part of the VMSDEP language in the budget that everybody's unhappy about. That language, as it's drafted in the bill, does not comply with that Supreme Court case. It does not restate the entire item of the budget like Senator Lucas's bill does and the one that's before us right now. Is that right?
Madam Chair, Senator Serval, correct. The bill amends only one paragraph of item 130, and typically, of course, the entire item would be listed in the bill.
Right. And Madam Chair, further question?
Senator Serval.
And because of the procedure resolution that was adopted for this special session we had, it had this very unusual language in it that prohibits us from making amendments to House bills when they come out of the House, go through the Senate, go over. So we're not allowed to amend the bill to fix it under the rules that the House of Delegates insisted on and that we agreed on for this special session. So there's no way to fix it. Is that right?
Madam Chair, Senator Serval, yes, that is my understanding as well.
Madam Chair, the final question from Mike.
Senator Serval.
So Mike, is it correct that basically the only way that we can provide these people in this audience with any kind of relief that they're seeking, and that we do it today, is that we have to pass Senator Lucas's bill as the vehicle to get messing around with this for who knows how long? Is that accurate?
Madam Chair, Senator Serval, yeah, that appears to be the case.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. And I don't have any further questions, but I think it's pretty clear from Mike's answers, and at least my read of the Supreme Court case, that the bill the House drafted is constitutionally defective. And even if we were to pass it, it would not be legal or proper for anybody to enroll the bill, even if the governor signed it, and it would be subject to constitutional challenge. I think the much safer course of action to preserve the benefits of these families is to pass Madam Chairman's bill and proceed with that as a course of action. If the governor feels like amending it, of course, that's something he can do, although it'd be nice if he didn't, and we could get this over with. Thank you.
Madam Chairman.
There's a motion on the floor, but Senator McDougal.
Madam Chairman, I guess I'm having a little difficulty because I'm just pulled up the bills to have them side by side. Of course, we've only seen 6001 for a couple hours now, but as I'm looking at Delegate Torian's bill and your bill, Madam Chairman, both of them restate Section 4-5.01 transactions with individuals, and both of them strike out list and strike out the language that starts with Section 7, waivers and related stipends, and both of them include everything through the end of what appears to be that section titled Birth-Related Neurological Injury Compensation Program. So, Madam Chairman, I heard Senator Serval's argument, but I'm trying to see what part of that section is not included in both bills.
I think you can get April to clarify that for you.
Madam Chair, Senator McDougal, it has to do with item 130, which I believe on Delegate Torian's bill starts on line number 14.
Madam Chairman? So I don't see item 130 in your bill.
Madam Chair, Senator McDougall, the way 6011 is drafted points back to appropriations in item 130, but does not set out item 130. I'm going to get Tyler to clarify.
So, Madam Chairman, under Senator Servell's argument, wouldn't that make your bill just as
No, sir.
challenged?
No, let me tell you the reason why. I'm the chairman, and the chairman carries the bills. Tyler.
Madam Chair, Senator McDougall, if you look in item 470.10, lines 26 through 28, add a further condition relating to item 130, which is the item in Delegate Torian's bill that they're amending. And it says, notwithstanding item 130 or any other provision of this act, the appropriation in paragraph K of item 130 of this act shall be appropriated by the State Council of Higher Education to offset the impact of the programs under Title 23.1, Chapter 6 of the Code of Virginia. So that's the further condition for item 130.
Madam.
And we still have a motion on the floor and the three more people in queue. So, Senator Obenshain, Senator Stewart, if you're done? You still in queue? Because Senator, okay, all right, you out. Senator Obenshain, you in queue, and then it's Senator Reeves. Senator Stewart, are you still in queue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Senator Stewart, Obenshain, and then Reeves.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, I was before you.
Well,
So
you
that-
are after him in my queue. Senator Reeves is the
I'm
last
sorry.
speaker.
I'm sorry.
Senator Stewart, you are now. You're up. Me? Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I have a two-part question, and I understand this is your bill, and I have respect for the chair of the committee and the person who carries the bill. And so I guess my question to you is, would you consider what I would call a friendly amendment to take your...
It's not allowed.
Excuse me?
It's not a proper, it's not a proper motion.
Under the procedural resolution we adopted, there's no amendments are allowed.
Nope.
I thought that was just under the floor, on the floor.
No, that's a procedure resolution that was
Committee as
drafted
well?
for this special session.
Can I introduce another bill?
Would the chair consider introducing a bill, a different bill that
I've already introduced this bill.
that puts-
I've been working 7 days a week, almost 24 hours a day with this staff, trying to get to where we are now. So I think time is running out. We need to go in and dispense with this bill and move forward. We have a motion, but if Senator Obenshain still wishes to speak, and Senator Reeves, you're the last two speakers.
While I have great affection for our Finance Committee staff, I wonder whether the Attorney General's office has been consulted about this constitutional issue with respect to either the chair's bill or the chair of House Appropriations bill.
Who's going first? Dees or Serval?
And I have
Chair,
equal respect for
I think the
Senator
simple
Serval's
answer is
legal
no.
opinion.
Now, staff, April.
I say, Madam Chair, Senator Obenshain, we did speak with the governor's office, though, about it and how it would further restrict his executive prerogative going forward if it were to be adopted in such a way.
And he offered a legal opinion about the constitutionality.
Madam Chair, Senator Obenshain, the governor did not offer a legal opinion, but he may have since consulted the AG.
Thank you.
Okay. And I'm probably out of order for saying this, and it took us 3 hours to get to where the governor said that to us, okay? This morning. Senator Reeves.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wish to speak to the bill, if I may. Madam Chair, I sit on the end of the dais, and I've listened to all the talk today, and I haven't heard any mention of the bill that I have, other than it's potentially unconstitutional. So because I heard that, I have a bill being drafted that's the same bill as myself and I guess Delegate Sickles' bill at one point, but it's being drafted to take out the part that I think the senator from Fairfax had mentioned might be unconstitutional that could be heard today if we wanted to stick around for it. But, Madam Chair, my question, I guess, would be to the chair, don't we still have to waive the readings because your bill should have passed today? We'll still have to go through the same readings as the bill we petitioned and put before the chair during this committee hearing or during this day would still have to have that same 48-hour waiver. Is that correct, Madam Chair?
Senator Reeves, it has been the custom uses and practices that only the chair of Senate Finance carry appropriations bills.
I don't have an answer, Madam Chair. If that's the customs and
I
practices,
thought
I'm
this
not in
what I
charge.
remind you, that only I can carry an appropriations bill and not other members of the Senate.
Got a motion.
Got a motion on the floor.
Second.
There was a motion and a second that Senate Bill 6011 be reported. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Ayes 10, noes 5.
Ayes 10, noes 5. Senate Bill 6011 is reported. And as I indicated earlier on in the
Madam
meeting,
Chair, are you going to make the motion? Cree, you got it?
Senator Serval?
I had another motion on the other bill, Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Serval?
Madam Chairman, I would ask that the other House bill on the docket, I think it was 6003, be passed by for the day.
There's a motion
Second.
and a second. The House Bill 6003 be passed by indefinitely. Madam Clerk,
The day.
Bye for the day. Please, yeah, your motion was bye for the day. Bye for the day. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Senator Serval. The noes have been recorded. Is there a motion for Senate Bill 6009?
Madam President, I move that Senate Bill 6009 go out for the day.
There's a motion and a second that my earlier bill, Senate Bill 6009, go by for the day. Voice vote. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Nay, saying right? The noes have been recorded. No other business before Senate Finance Committee. The committee shall rise.